We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where tonight WGN Sports on the U presents White Sox baseball. As Paul Konerko, Jose Abreu, Alexi Ramirez in the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Anthony Rizzo, Starlin Castro, and the crosstown rival Chicago Cubs. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you Game 3 of this 4-game series. As you know, over there, the Sox took the first two. We won the opener 3-1. You got to have good pitching to do that. We had that with Ken Tanner. It was outstanding. Then we won last night 5-1. We had good pitching from the West. See, we had two guys with 4 hits each.
Well, last night, surprising offense from two guys that you don't associate with big nights, and that's Gordon Beckham and Moises Sierra. But last night was the night. Sierra claimed from Toronto, delivered 4 big hits. He's got pretty good speed, and 4 for 4. Just a huge night in helping the Sox win. And Gordon Beckham, well, he went 4 for 5 and won a home run his first of the year. He's driven in 2, and that one essentially won the ball game because it put the Sox up 2-1, a lead they never relinquished. So look at what they did last night. The singles, the runs, a home run. It was just a great night for the offense.
And last time out, Johnny Danks, we all know one thing, all of you Sox fans out there, when he gets his changeup up, he gets beat. When he keeps it down, he wins. He's out there tonight.
The early innings have been the problem for John Danks. Now, last time out against Cleveland, he had some problems in the early innings. One of the reasons is that he wasn't spotting the cutter, and the changeup was up a little too high, and so he gave up 3 in the first. And over the last couple of starts, it's been rocky going for him. So he's got to work that out, throw in the bullpen, somehow bring his good stuff to the mound early. You see the last 2 starts, 8 runs, 7 hits, 5 walks. That's a big number. So if Johnny Danks can get it together tonight, Sox can win the 3rd of what is a 4-game series, and hopefully John's equal to the task.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Tonight, the White Sox activated Connor Gillespie from the 15-day disabled list and optioned Jordan Danks to AAA Charlotte. Earlier, Robin Ventura talked about his infield rotation and what he'd like to see Jordan Danks work on at Charlotte.
Sim can play quite a few positions, so I think there's enough for him to be able to mix in and get him some opportunities to still be up here and get at bats and help us win. I think he deserves to be up here the way he's been playing, and we'll find a way for him. He needs to get consistent at bats, and that's part of when you send a guy down the way he's been swinging. He's been up here before, and we've seen him do well. And right now he was in a bit of a rut swing wise, and you just go down and get some consistent at bats. Eventually, there's going to be a need, and you have to be able to be playing well and doing well to come back up, so that you get him down there and get him consistent at bats.
We'll be back with lineups and tonight's first pitch after a break. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Tonight's game's available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by 97.5 FM ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only Spanish language sports radio station. It's a beautiful night for baseball. There were a few showers before the game, but skies have cleared and the temperatures are just terrific. 61 degrees at game time as the Sox take the field. Let's take a look at how Rick Renteria is going to line up his Chicago Cubs. Julio Bonifacio to lead it off with Junior Lake in the 2 spot. Anthony Rizzo with a 6-game hitting streak hitting 3rd. Then it's Starlin Castro, Wellington Castillo, Mike Olt, Luis Valbuena, Darwin Barney, and Ryan Kalish to round it out. The defense and how they'll line up behind Johnny Danks is Viciedo, Diaz, and Sierra in the outfield, with Simeon, Ramirez, Beckham, and Abreu in the infield. Adrian Nieto with the nod behind the plate, and Johnny Danks on the hill. He's 2-2 this year. The ERA and even 5. This is 7th start. Opponents hitting a little higher than John would like. Also walk to strikeout ratio almost 50-50, and that's not particularly good. If he can get over his early inning woes, he should be okay against his Cub lineup. The umpires for the game tonight: Tom Woodring behind the plate. Marvin Hudson is at first. Jerry Meals is at second, and Paul Emmel is at third. So the Sox come into this one, the 500 ball club, at 17-17. Winners of 3 in a row. The only problem is the Detroit Tigers have won 7 in a row, and they're winning again tonight, entertaining the Houston Astros. But Robin Ventura has his team playing pretty decent baseball. The offense has been consistently good. They're 9-7 here at U.S. Cellular Field, 8-10 on the road, which is not all that bad. For Rick Renteria, his ball club is scuffling. They're 11-20 this year, 9.5 games in back of Milwaukee as they enter play. They've lost 3 in a row. They're under 500 at home at 7-11, well under 500 on the road at 4-9. So he realizes he's got a young team. It certainly is a rebuilding process for the Cubs. Got a couple of guys who appear to be the building blocks in Rizzo and Castro, hitting 3 and 4 in the batting order. And outside of that, they look to the future, the minor leagues, and the 4th pick in the draft coming up. So they're throwing the ball around. We're ready to play baseball. I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Stevie. Thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WGN Sports on the U. So happy you could join us for Game 3 of this 4-game set, the Crosstown Classic. And Johnny Dank's first pitch of the ball game is taken up high. Emilio Bonifacio comes in hitting at 308. No homers. He's driven in 6. 1 for 8 in the first 2 games. There's the strike. Cubs come in hitting at 228 as a club with a 3.62 ERA. 3.62 ERA is pretty good.
They've got a terrific starting rotation. That's not the problem. The problem has been a touch out of the pen, but certainly they've been offensively challenged.
2-1. Well, everything so far, Stevie, is up.
And unfortunately, if that continues, Bonifacio can put a charge into it, especially from the right side. He's hitting 389 as a right-hand hitter, 274 as a lefty. But he's got some pop.
Yes, he did. He gone.
Nieto sets up low and in, and Johnny Danks gets it up well out of the strike zone, but Bonifacio could not check his swing, and he's the first strikeout victim.
So here's Junior Lake, 24-year-old outfielder, hitting at 241, 3 homers, and 7 knocked in. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. Junior 1 for 6 in the first 2 games, and this is the first time he's faced Johnny Danks. One hopper. 2 down. So here's Anthony Rizzo, 24-year-old first baseman, hitting at 291, 6 homers, and he has knocked in 16.
Last year he led this team in both home runs and runs batted in. Wasn't a huge year for him, but he made some strides. Last year hitting 23 home runs, he drove in 80. The Cubs are looking for a whole lot more, and they probably would like to get a little better protection behind him.
Well, looking. That's pretty good, what he had last year for a 23-year-old.
There's no doubt. He's strong enough, and he's made great strides against left-handed pitchers.
If you're going real good, they say, well, we don't expect that to go that long, this long. If you're going real bad, we expect more. That's the way it is in all of baseball.
Rizzo's a good defender. They love his glove at first base. And the only hole in his game was his inability to hit left-handers.
That ball's hit well. Moises back right in front of the fences there. That's a hang wolf. He just missed it. Meanwhile, 1-2 inning after half inning of play, it's the Cubs, nothing, and our guys coming to bat.
line them up with Gordon Beckham, the leadoff hitter tonight. That is Alejandro Diaz, Jose Abreu, Dayan Viciedo, Lexi Ramirez, Paul Konerko, Moises Sierra, who had 4 hits last night, along with Gordon Beckham. Marcus Semien, Adrian Nieto rounded out. The defense and how they'll line up behind Travis Wood. Blake Bonifacio and Kalish in the outfield. Valbuena, Castro, Barney, and Rizzo in the infield. Wellington Castillo behind the plate. And Travis Wood on the hill. Lifetime 2-0 against our ball club this year. 2-3. The ERA pretty good. 3.35 on for his 7th start. You can see just 7 walks, 37 strikeouts. Pretty good number in 37 2/3 innings. And he's got a fastball. He throws a cutter as his second best pitch. Will mix in the occasional curveball. Don't look for it too much. And he's got a straight change. That's a work in progress.
And before we show you our Southwest Airlines picks to click, you at home select yours. Here's Beckham, 5 for 11 in the series. 4 for 5 last night. Sox come in hitting at .260 as a club with a 4.53 ERA. Out in front of the all-speed, Castro. So with one out, let's check out our Southwest Airlines picks to click. Jim Angio, our director and crew, with Konerko. Steve's going with Alexei and Paul Lamb, Rich Lamar, David Novak, all the good folks out at Pookie Hyundai in Downers Grove and I. We're going to go with Moises Sierra. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Pitcher's pitch given to him by Tom Woodring. First time we've seen him behind the plate. We've seen some good young umpires so far this season. There's a line shot. That's a hang wolfing for Alejandro.
Valbuena playing in close, trying to take away the bunt. Lines up with a line drive, but sticks in the glove. Alejandro goes right with it, but Valbuena well off the line is in a perfect spot.
So here's Abreu. Hitting at .254, 12 homers, 35 knocked in. And that's out of play right side. Abreu, we've had, in my time here with the White Sox, which is a long time, we've had some very young, heralded players come into the organization. None of them have ever created a buzz like Jose Abreu, and understandably so, breaking rookie records for the month of April in home runs and RBIs, but even more than the big hurt Frank Thomas when he broke in.
He's got such tremendous power, it's to all fields, a lot like Frank.
Well, he didn't have more power than Frank Thomas had. Big Hurt was as strong as anybody, to right and right center, anywhere he wanted to hit it. But he is just a tick below, which is awesome.
Put on a show in batting practice today. Of course, I don't think Robin Ventura is going to be throwing to him tonight. However, he almost took it on the back concourse.
Well, you know, the thing about it, too, is I've never been asked this many questions about a rookie. I mean, never since I've been here.
Well, he got the cover of Sports Illustrated. He shared it. This part of the country will get Abreu on the cover. Doesn't happen too often, but when you break all-time rookie records,
yeah,
everybody starts to notice.
2-2 the count.
What's been amazing about him is the amount of times he's hit a home run in his first look at a pitcher, the first at bat of the night.
Nice play by a fan. Did not bring his glove. Reaches out. So 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And there's a shot base hit down into the corner. That on the off-speed pitch that we talked about. Steve and I have been talking about this in spring training. You make a good pitch on Abreu, you get him. You make a mistake on Abreu, he gets you.
And that time he waited back just long enough to hit it inside the line. This pitch is out of the strike zone. Look at pitch tracks. The ball is down out of the zone. And Jose, who's been victimized with some off-speed pitches, waits back long enough, and yet another double.
Well, good hitters are like doctors. They have patience.
He's got some of that
on off-speed pitches. Yeah. And that's what's going to determine just how great he becomes. He reminds me so much of the young Miguel Cabrera. Now, on the other side of that page, against good pitching, you can't be like doctors and have patience. You better get those good ones in a hurry.
First time he looked at Justin Verlander, he took it over the 420 sign in Comerica Park, which is a good trick when it's not all that warm.
That's a good trick if it's 105 and the wind blowing straight out 25 miles an hour.
And the next day he did it to Drew Smiley.
Only time it's ever been done. 2 games in a row.
Pretty amazing.
2-0 the count. He's got the catbird seat. That ball hit high and deep. Stay fair. Stay fair. Stay fair. It won't. Dadgummit.
Viciedo bidding for his 3rd home run of the year. Sliced this ball down the line. It stayed fair for a long time before slicing in front of the pole.
One of our White Sox players was talking about Abreu, saying, "You think he's good now? Wait till it warms up."
Well, this is a great home run hitter's ballpark. And with his strength to all fields, you're not going to get away with any mistakes.
And this guy right here at the plate, he's got tremendous strength as well.
That was close, but a good call by Tom Woodring. Now Travis Wood wanted it, but this ball's just out of the zone, so you see the wind, not all that much of a factor. We look at the last pitch. It's close. It's not quite there.
So 3-1 to count. Made a good pitch on him. Well, if you're talking about the definition of a live bat versus just a very strong guy, Viciedo's got a liver bat than Abreu. The ball jumps off his bat. Now the ball comes off Abreu's bat differently, but it just doesn't come down.
Now he can hit line drives that continue to go up.
Exactly. Both these guys are very, very strong. And there's ball 4.
Trying to throw a cutter by him on the inside corner, missed with it. Keeps the inning alive for Ramirez.
Have you noticed with the presence of Steverson and Abreu that Viciedo has a little different approach at the plate?
It's amazing to me that he doesn't go out and try to get everything like he did the last couple of years. Now Ramirez, another story. He's only walked 6 times. But when you swing the bat like he's been swinging it all year, you don't mind a guy that aggressive early in the count.
There's a shot base hit. So here comes Abreu as Tank will pull up at second. Jose scores, and it's a quick 1-0 Sox lead.
Fabian number 21, and Alexi jumped on the first pitch. Was very much to his liking. And with 2 outs and nobody on, a double, a walk, and a base hit yields a run. This cutter that Wood tried to keep away got too much of the plate, and Alexei takes it right back up the middle.
Well, here it is. May 7th. There has not been a shortstop in baseball better than Alexei Ramirez from the start of the season to now, with the leather and the lumber.
Probably the only guy you can put in this class is Troy Tulowitzki and the start that he's had. But Alexei,
well, Tulowitzki offensively has better numbers. I mean, his numbers at home are just unbelievable. But I'm talking about with the leather and the lumber. Yeah, Tulowitzki, I mean, he's got some numbers in hitting.
14 for 16 at home with runners in scoring position.
I mean, that's just unreal. With 4 home runs.
It's like you're hitting with nobody in the field to catch the baseball.
But Alexei got a little more of that leather.
He's got more range. There's no doubt about that. Plus, he's a bit more durable than Tulowitzki.
Yeah.
The only thing really that stopped Troy over the last years has been physically he's broken down. But when he's healthy, he's devastating. And Alexei plays every day. Left to his own devices, he would never leave the lineup.
Paulie has faced Wood 6 times and has 3 hits, all of which have stayed in the park. He's knocked in a couple. And that's foul backing out of play. All this coming with 2 out, nobody on. The double. On a mistake to Abreu. The walk and a good at bat by Viciedo. And then first ball, fastball hunting. Alexei knocks it in. Abreu in with that solid single.
Joe McEwing is going to be very aggressive against all of the outfielders. Lake might have the best arm in the outfield, and he's in left field, but he's so deep for Paul that there's going to be very little chance to throw out Viciedo on a base hit.
Good take. 3-1.
Talked to Paul about the presentation of the number 14 that Jeff Samardzija and the Cubs made for him in his last trip to Wrigley Field. He said it was very nice. He goes, that's a piece of history. I don't know quite yet where I'm going to put it, but I thought it was nice of the Cubs to recognize just a long and very distinguished career. And there's the man who presented it to him, Jeff Samardzija,
who's a huge fan of Konerko's.
And justifiably so.
Yeah. Jeff out of Valparaiso. Two on, 2 out, 1 in. If you're just tuning in, bottom of the first. Call it with the catbird seat. And that's ball 4. That will load him up.
Castillo out to talk with Wood.
Here is Moises Sierra. A very talented young man, Sierra is.
Well, I talked with Rick Hahn about him, and they had their eye on him. They got very good reports from last year, especially September, where he hit the ball very well. And he said, and obviously the loss of Adam Eaton made it a little bit more imperative we get some coverage. And so I don't think he expected him to get 4 hits in a ball game. That being said, he's a big, strong guy with a great arm and a good addition to the ball club.
Yeah, there are not many arms better than this young man. Perfect right fielder's arm. And by that we mean stopping guys, not throwing guys out, but stopping runners from going from first to third when they shouldn't be.
That is a huge factor.
That's just foul. Yeah, you being a pitcher, you know what a factor that is, especially when you get a big lummox over there at first base. There's a pretty sharp single to right field, and he just moves into third.
Yeah, that's a problem
with
because
no out or 1 out.
I was going to say you can score so many different ways. There you see some pretty good speed out at second base. Viciedo runs okay at third, but if he scores, he'll do it without a play.
The 0-1 pitch. And very quickly he's in the big hole.
Brewer with the bases loaded has not been all that good. That being said, it's been a very short career to this point. And a lot of pitches from Travis Wood. He's about ready to make his 26th of the inning.
Yeah, whether we get another one or not in this inning, it's been a good one. Pretty good check right there. Close pitch. Wood wanted it. Don't blame him. Any pitcher's going to want that one.
This could go either way. Travis thought he had him, but Tom Woodring says no, it was too low.
Pretty big pitch right here. There's a shot going foul. Good plate coverage.
Well, he reached up on a ball that was up and out of the strike zone. Not only was able to spoil it, but almost turned it into a 3-run double.
Well, at least 2.
Yeah.
I know you're still recovering from the cold.
That's right. Well, Paul could have scored. I mean, Kalish could fall down or something along those lines. Could rattle around in the corner for a while.
Two and two. Now, here's the difference in the culture of the game. In my time frame, 2 and 2 with bases loaded like this young hitter at the plate. He was going to get a strike to hit.
Yeah, you don't want to wind up everybody on the bases.
Not so today.
Well, they will throw
anything.
In the case of Wood, most likely a cutter.
Change up. But we put one on the board, we stand free, and it is 1-0 good guy.
Red Sox honor legendary players in White Sox Legend Sculpture Plaza along the outfield concourse. One of the 8 players brought to life in bronze is 2014 Hall of Fame inductee Frank Thomas at section 158. A replica of the Thomas Hall of Fame plaque will be given away to the first 20,000 fans to the August 2nd game versus the Twins.
His first 8 years, the best right-handed hitter I have ever seen.
I know he's pretty scary to face because he was right on top of the plate. He was a giant of a man and could hit the ball out anywhere in the ballpark. That's a tough combination.
And he didn't have to hit it real good either. 2-1 the count. Starlin Castro, 24-year-old shortstop, hitting at .288, 4 homers. He's driven in 14. Yeah, the Big Hurt put up numbers that maybe nobody will ever surpass in those first 8 years. In walks, runs scored, home runs, RBIs, batting average. Out of play right side.
It was very exciting. I asked Frank if he had written the speech yet for his induction in the Hall of Fame. He said he's thought about it, thinking about how he wants to present it, where he wants to go with some of his comments. That's going to be just a wonderful day.
So he walks the leadoff hitter. And a reminder, you can join us for trivia night on Friday, May 9th in the Miller Lite Bullpen Bar at 7:30. Teams from 2 up to 6 fans can compete in 3 rounds of trivia. Each member of the winning team will win a ticket to the all-inclusive home plate club for a future game. You must have a game ticket and be at least 21 years old to enter the Bullpen Bar. Castillo takes ball 1.
Castillo's a pretty good hitter. Anytime you see a guy put up numbers like he did last year, he hit .274, and he can hit the ball pretty hard. And with the improved defense, he's become one of the building blocks for the Cubs.
There's a strike.
He's rounded into 2 double plays this year.
Mark Burley and Toronto leading Cliff Lee in Philadelphia 1-0. That game in the top of the 7th up in Canada.
Mark Burley has just had a remarkable start to this year. He's won 5 games. His ERA is below 2. Couldn't have asked for much more.
Getting back to Tulowitzki. He's hitting .608 at home, and that's coming from one of our roving reporters.
That's pretty good.
.608 at home, .250 on the road. Now, there was a time, if those numbers were like that, there would have been a lot of conversation.
But perhaps stealing some pitches?
There would have been a lot of conversation.
Well, Colorado coming into action was a game behind San Francisco. The Giants, however, lost today to Pittsburgh 4-3. And Colorado was beating Texas early in that game in Texas.
Payoff pitch. Nope. But Bud Selig has put it in the end too. I'm not going to say 100% because I don't think anything will ever be 100%, but to the majority of that, because the fines are too substantial and the suspensions are very costly. In on the fist, hit softly into center field. So 1 out. Yeah, in my time zone, all they would do is, if the opposing team, the opposing manager comes out and says, "Hey, Hawk's using a corked bat," the umpire would look at it and say, "Hawk, is that bat corked?" No, it's not corked.
Of course not.
Well, do me a favor, don't use it anymore this game. That was it. Today they run them in there, they x-ray them.
Yeah, they can, well, if they suspect it, obviously. they know immediately.
Those are some kind of numbers there. 608 at home and 250 on the road. Beautiful. Just on the outside edge of the outside corner to Mike Cole. Cole hitting at 162, 4 homers. He's driven in 11. One out, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 Sox here in the top of the 2nd inning. Beautiful change. Good motion right there.
The thing with Old is that he doesn't have a 2-strike swing. He swings the same way regardless of the count, regardless of the pitch.
Well, that has got to change or he's going to be in a whole bunch of trouble.
Leads to a lot of strikeouts, especially on off-speed pitches.
Unless he's going to hit 35, 40 home runs. And he gone. Another changeup.
Back-to-back changes, and Old way out in front of it. He strikes out for the 26th time in 69 at bats.
Well, it's not unlike golf. I mean, you in golf, if you're going to be a decent golfer, you're going to be able to hit a 7-iron, 150, 180, 120. You know. You're going to have little different swing speeds for different shots, and for different counts in baseball you got to have little different approaches.
Well, look at the difference in Tyler Flowers this year. Last year he got 2 strikes on him. It was inevitably an out. This year with 2 strikes he becomes a much tougher out because he's not trying to hit everything out of the park. He's going to hit his home runs because he's strong.
Well, in essence what you're saying is just what you alluded to. He's got a different swing, 0-2 and 1-2 and 2 strikes than he does on 2-0-3-1.
Absolutely. And it's really worked out well in the early going.
We've had some hitters with us in the last 25 years here, the last 30 years. They've had the same swings 2-0 as they did on 0-2. 0-2 as they did on 3-1. Same swing.
Yeah, that's not a recipe for real high batting averages.
Well, one of the amazing things that's happened to this organization last 30 years was 1983. Ron Kipp, big man from Gary, won the Rookie of the Year where he had 35 home runs, drove in 100 runs, and of course we went on to win the division by 20 games after starting off 14-26. And Kitty that year had the same swing on 0-2 as he did on 2-0, but he hit 35 home runs and drove in 100. Now as time went on, his home runs went down just a little bit, but he became a better and more dangerous hitter because he changed his swing on 0-2.
Well, as a young kid, you just come up, and if you're real strong, as Ron Kittle was and is,
they just let you go.
You want to hit everything out of the park.
Yeah, and they just let him go because he was doing it, hitting it over the roof. That ball hit well in the left center field. Nobody's going to get that one. So it hits the top of the fence, and this game is tied at 1. Valbuena just eats us alive. So leadoff
number
walk
6
comes around to score.
And for Valbuena, he loves to hit the fastball, and he's got some pretty good pop, especially the opposite way. And the count got him. John came in with a fastball, and Valbuena hit the daylights out of it.
Hit exactly where it was pitched. He just kills us. Always has. When he was in that Cleveland uniform, he beat us. He didn't get that many hits, but the ones he did just knocked somebody in. So here's Barney. Darwin at 115, a homer. He's driven in 4. Takes first pitch strike. Darwin has faced Danks 5 times, has 1 hit. Shanks that one right side. One, 2-0 for us. 1-1-0 for them. And that's going to be a souvenir. No.
I think he's
did he stay with it? He did. Yes. Beautiful play by Abreu. He did not give up on it. Stayed right with it. And it came back, and take another look at that. Beautiful play.
I touring hatchback donated by C.J. Wilson Mazda. The raffle tickets are just $10 with proceeds to benefit Chicago White Sox charities, and you might just win yourself a car. Going to be here through September, so you've got plenty of time to buy a couple of tickets and maybe drive your way home in something new.
A beautiful play by Jose Abreu. So for us here in our half of the second, Travis Wood threw an awful lot of pitches in the first inning. And Johnny Danks threw a lot of pitches in the top half of this frame. So here's Simeon. One and one to count to Simeon. 2 for 9 in the series with a huge hit in game 1. That ball's hit well in center field, but they got a man there.
Saturday, the White Sox pink pashmina to commemorate breast cancer awareness. It will be a sea of pink on Saturday against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
That'll bring up Adrian Nieto, hitting at 280, no homers. He's driven in one. 24-year-old receiver. He's getting better and better. And you should when you're 24 years old. Takes first pitch, strike.
He's getting an opportunity now that he didn't think he was going to get and wouldn't have gotten with the Washington Nationals. Never playing above A ball. He's hitting a robust 600 from the right side.
Well, in case you're just tuning in, have not been watching a lot of games, this young man's the only player we've ever seen come picked up Rule 5 draft from A ball and go to the big leagues and make a club. As he grounds out.
Well, the White Sox love the fact that he was a switch hitter. A competent catcher, just getting better. And he was left unprotected, left off the 40-man by Washington. If he didn't make the ball club, he was going to have to be offered back. And there was no way that Washington would not have taken him back.
Well, they rolled the dice.
Done a nice job.
They rolled the dice with him. And fortunately, Rick Hahn and his crew. Johnny on the spot. As here's Gordon grounded out to Castro. One and one to count.
We saw last night that ball game Pedro Strop come into the game and have some problems in the ninth inning. As it turns out, he was having a groin problem. The Cubs placed him on the 15-day disabled list.
And another one bites the dust.
It's happening each and every day around baseball. Guys that are counted on heavily going down on the DL for lengthy stays.
Well, thank goodness. Every team has one, but we got some goats. Thank goodness for Alan Thomas, Arm Schneider, Brian Ball, their staff. If we didn't have those guys, it'd be unbelievable what would be happening. There's Dr. Payne and AT right there in the foreground. High and wide, full count.
Well, if you didn't hear, Nate Jones had back surgery and he's going to be lost for an indeterminate amount of time. They termed the surgery successful, and hopefully Nate will get back because he was having all kinds of problems.
That's popped up right side. Rizzo. So this is going to be a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning for Travis Wood.
Fans, you can enjoy a number of new food offerings at U.S. Cellular Field, including Adobe Mango Chicken Sausage, Xfinity Zone Carb Sandwiches, and, of course, the always popular Bacon on a Stick. These new ballpark delights are available at the ballpark's 100 and 500 levels. You can't beat bacon on a stick.
Find out a bacon on a stick.
Here's Kalish, formerly of the Red Sox. Kalish hitting at .255. He looked good when he was in that Boston uniform in the short amount of time that we saw him play. He just ate him up right there.
Well, Kalish lost all of last season to shoulder surgery, and Boston decided to let him go. The Cubs thought he had some play, and he did look good when we saw him.
Yeah, he did.
He could run.
Well,
he could
you know,
hit.
Grady Sizemore, probably, you know, with his terrific spraying to make that ball fly out of left field, so to speak. Probably was the okay. Grady Sizemore, what a nice young man. What a terrific talent. What a terrible sequence of injuries he had to go. What did he go through? 7 surgeries?
I know he missed 2 years. What a player he was with the Indians all those years.
Yeah, there were his third, I think it was his 3rd or 4th year with Cleveland. There was a survey done. I don't know if it was from the players or a magazine or what. They voted him. They had a vote of the best players in each division. You know, American League Central, American League East, West. They voted Grady Sizemore best player in American League Central.
Well, he had some big years as a leadoff hitter, even though he'd strike out 140, 150 times. He just had some big offensive years.
He gone. 2 down. So Bonifacio for the second time punches out. You'll grab some bench, and a reminder, you can go behind the scenes at U.S. Cellular Field and find out how to make your home lawn or athletic field look like the pros, because you can join the Sun Father, Roger Bossert, and other Major League groundskeepers and turf experts at this first of a kind turf clinic on Wednesday, May 14th. That's Wednesday, May 14th. So purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/turf. Hard hit, but foul. Tops that. And I want to send a big thank you to Ben Casper and Jim DeShays for Monday, trying to help us get some windows in that booth. They tried, as Steve did when Steve got to the ballpark.
That was kind of a cold one.
That's the coldest I've ever been in my whole life. Coldest I have ever been. I've never been that cold in my whole life. Yesterday when I was at home, I had the shakes. First time in my life I've ever had the shakes. And I was thinking about it. I've never been that cold.
And of course, the game had to go 12 on top of it.
Well, total, you and I are a total were about 5 hours in that booth with that wind howling in there. And he gone. So that's a nice 1-2-3 inning for Yankees.
TV.com, sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide insurance agent serving the area for 36 years. To join the nation, visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Fans 21 and older can enjoy the game with drinks and food at field level from the Miller Lite Bullpen Sports Bar located in right field. You get a great view of the Cub bullpen, and you're pretty close to the field, about as close as you can get. Plus, the Bertucci boys have great food.
Bobby, Bruno, and Handsome Anthony. Also, besides Len Casper and Jim DeShays, I want to thank Joe Rios for trying to get some windows in there for us. As Diaza 0 for 1, he hit a screaming Mimi right to Valbuena at third. Takes the curveball strike.
Travis Wood is a terrific athlete. He happens to be a very good hitter. Plus, he fields his position well. So if you're going to bunt against him, you better make it a good one.
He must be a pretty good athlete, because he's, besides being a good pitcher, he's a good hitter.
He's a real good hitter. He doesn't have the most power on that team, but he probably overall is the best hitter.
No, Samardzija got the power. Oh and 2.
That double that Jeff hit in his ball game was a convincer for me, because he crushed it. Would have been out any other day, maybe any other time, except for that time and that day.
Well, a couple of years ago, that's when we were playing the Cubs at the right time. The scheduling was good for those series at that particular point, not lately, not last year or this year. But in batting practice one day over there, he put a showtime on. Samardzija did. Just got a piece of it. One tie here in the bottom of the third. Game 3 of this 4-game set. Pitcher's pitch wasn't a strike. So out number 1.
Alejandro not very happy with this particular call, and you could understand why.
Ball was outside. It's bad enough when they miss it on a 1 strike or no strike, but when they miss it on a 2 strike, grab some bench. That's all you can do. Here's Abreu. Wood made a mistake with a breaking pitch. With 2 out, nobody on in the first inning, he just hit a bullet down in the left field corner for a double. Came around to score on Alexei's single. Here's another bullet. This one in the gap. Yeah, he's gonna make the turn, and he will pull up with his 11th 2-bagger. So yeah, he's got 11 doubles, 1 triple, and 12 home runs. And here it is, May 7th.
That lends itself to a pretty high slugging percentage. And that ball is on the outer third. Jose just goes and gets it. Blake does a nice job making sure it doesn't get by, but he can't get anything on the throw going away from it. So Jose coasts into second base.
Here's Tank. He had a good at bat in the first. So a lot of pitches, but he walked. But all the pitches he saw should do him in good stead against Wood. And that ball's hit hard. Meanwhile, Rizzo was there playing him perfectly for out number 2. So here's Alexei. He hit the first pitch he saw, fastball, lined it hard into center field for the RBI single.
He didn't wait around. He got a pitch to his liking and drove in run number 21.
Well, when you got 37 RBIs here on May 7th from the left side of your infield, that's not shabby.
Nope. American League hit leaders. You see Alexei is second behind Melky Cabrera. Alex Rios right there.
Pretty good pitch there. Bottom of the zone.
When Abreu scored the Sox first and only run, that was his 23rd run scored to go along with everything else he's done, and that leads the team in that department.
There's a little flare. It's going to hang up for him. So Kalish makes the catch. That'll retire the side. We're tied at 1.
The Xfinity Zone is the new digitally advanced bar and restaurant located in the right field corner of U.S. Cellular Field. This must-visit ballpark feature gives fans the opportunity to enjoy other games and other interactive activities on 12 flat-screen televisions without missing a play.
Rizzo, Castro, Castillo. Here in the top of the 4th inning. Game tied at 1. Takes it up, takes a strike. Rizzo just missed one his first at bat, taking Sierra Moises back in front of the fence in deep right center field. Home run at Wrigley. Softly hit. Alexei had to shift on. Sox fans, join us on Friday, May 9th at 7:10 as our Sox take on the D-backs. Enjoy our Miller de Mayo celebration and post-game fireworks presented by Miller Lite. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. Miller Lite, official beer of your Chicago White Sox. So to purchase tickets, whitesox.com/Cinco or call 866-SOX-GAME. Castro takes a strike. He walked and scored. Walked leading off the 2nd inning. Leadoff walks. Get you most of the time. 2 down.
That pitch was out of the zone, and Castro, who is a very aggressive hitter, still swung at it. Hit it hard, but to the right part of the ballpark.
So here's Castillo. He also went out to Diaz. He went out softly. On the outside corner. And the count 1-2.
As you can see, that second inning for John, where he walked Castro, and with 2 outs, a Valbuena double, turned into 27 pitches.
He gone. Change up. But
Crane Chicago Business reports that Jose Abreu's number 79 jersey debuted in the top 10 best-selling MLB jerseys this week. So you better get one before they're all gone.
I got one. I got one. I got a real one too. I didn't have to buy it. Yeah, it looks good.
Did he sign it or?
Yeah, he will.
If you're the man who's got the pencil to write him in the lineup, yeah, I believe he will sign one for him.
Oh, Robin. He has had some of the great one-liners in the history of this game. I got one.
A dry sense of humor, a good sense of humor.
You know, he's probably one of the most misperceived for people who don't know him and never met him, just by watching him and his demeanor.
We think he's the quietest man in the world.
He can get the biggest derriere, pinky derriere you've ever seen in a hurry. Paulie walked his first trip. guys go and all of a sudden the wrong thing happens, he can snap. Boy, he and Big Frank got into it in New York. I'll never forget that. In the dugout. I'm glad Big Frank took it all in stride.
Yeah, I don't think you want to tangle with the big man, even Robin, or especially Robin.
Two and one. Now field straight up, about equidistant. 1-1-0 for them, 1-3-0 for us. And that's a souvenir right side. Their one hit was a double. Two of our three hits doubles. Two doubles by Abreu. Their double was by Valbuena, knocking in Castro, who had walked. Arenado of the Rockies has extended his hitting streak to 27 games. Boy, he's a good-looking young player.
Let's say pretty amazing when you realize, one, he's 23 years old, and two, he won the Gold Glove last year and most likely will win it again this year.
That ball hit hard into center field. Stretch! Stretch! Right in front of the fence. Calls it down. That's a hang Wolfham.
Nice play by Bonifacio. That fastball down and on the outer third. It was a bit warmer, that might have gone out, but not tonight, not this time of year.
No, if that's June, July, August, it's out of here. So here's Sierra. Struck out on a changeup his first trip. That evens accounted one. Watch out.
That got him. That got him in the hand.
Ball gets away. Meanwhile, he's going over like he should to cover third. Yeah, that got him.
They're going to have to take a look at him because the end of that bat got him in the hand. He says he's okay. It goes single E5. And Travis Wood caught a break. Because if the pointed end gets him, he could be in big trouble. You're trained to look at the baseball. You're not trained to look at a bat that shatters in half. You're not going to see that happen too often. And Wood comes away. He's going to stay in the game, and that's a big break for him and the Cubs.
I like this Travis Wood. Liked him first time he pitched against us.
He's a good, solid, consistent pitcher.
He's a good competitor too.
Yep. Came out of the Cincinnati organization.
So here's Marcus, lined hard right to Bonifacio in center field. Good eye.
Actually, the principals in that deal that brought Wood to the Cubs. Cincinnati got one of the top left-handed setup men around in Sean Marshall.
What round was he drafted in?
Wood?
Yeah.
Second round of the draft in 2005 by Cincinnati. Then traded in 2011 to the Cubs.
2-0.
Last time out, the usual game for Travis Wood. A quality start, didn't walk anybody, and he got the win.
Three and 0 the count. Turn him loose.
Last year, the left-hander was 9-12, more of a product of his ball club than him. His ERA 3.11 in 32 starts, and he pitched an even 200 innings.
Taking all the way, ball 4. So here's Nieto, Adrian. Grounded out to third. Wood last year had 24 quality starts.
He's one of those guys that you don't hear a whole lot of talk about, but he gives you just a consistent outing each and every time out. Keeps you in the ball game. The Cubs had more offense. He would have had a big year last year.
Nieto takes that one in the dirt. Ball 1 with Beckham on deck.
There are the career numbers in 99 starts. Got a while to go to catch Max Scherzer with lack of complete games.
Well, if you had 99 starts in the big leagues and your ERA is below 4, you've done a pretty good job.
Especially in small ballparks like Cincinnati and Wrigley Field.
That one just did nip the outside edge of the outside corner. One out, 2 on. 1-1 tie here in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, it would appear Tom Woodring is going to give the low strike tonight, so hitters just have to adjust to it because he's been staying down there.
Well, that ball did have a piece of the lower zone. Really, he's done a pretty good job. The only pitch he missed is a 2-strike pitch to DeAssa. That was a ball, but it was down. So what Steve's talking about,
you got to go
this
get
low,
it.
you want to dig it out. Watch out. They got it.
That's the second time in this series that Wellington
bad base
Castillo
running.
has done it.
Where's he going? That's just bad base running.
Well, that's a design play, and we've seen it twice. It's one thing if you've never seen it. Now watch Rizzo. Rizzo goes right to the bag. It's designed for an outside fastball, and they've got Semien by plenty. This isn't even close. It's a terrific play. Most teams don't use it. Under Rick Renteria, the Cubs have used it well.
Full count. How many were picked off last night?
2. Yeah. In close games, and the Sox are going to be involved in a whole bunch of them, you can't afford to lose too many guys off base.
And there's ball 4. So now that pickoff really looming larger.
A whole lot of pitches did not get through the 4th inning. Pitch number 71 coming.
Gordon has grounded to short and fouled out to Rizzo. Turns it over the changeup. Up here, that looked like a screwball.
You don't find too many guys even attempt that pitch anymore. It used to be very fashionable 20-25 years ago, but now you might get a straight change that moves away from the right-hand hitter if you're a left-hand pitcher, but the actual screwball, very rarely.
I like to have a dozen golf balls for every time I struck out on a screwball. That ball hit hard into center field. Stretch! Stretch! Get on back there. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah! Yeah! A big walk to Nieto to get to Beckham, and it is 4-1 Sox.
Took Gordon Beckham till last night's game day, his first home run of the year. His second one came less than 24 hours later. And this a rocket to the deepest parts of the ballpark. He got one up in the zone and took it out. That's a fourth home run given up by Wood. And Gordon's now driven in 5.
And here's Diazza.
That looked like a backdoor breaking ball. Maybe he tried to dump a curveball over the plate. Whatever it was, Gordon got all of it.
Oh, and 2 the count. Of course, with that home run by Beckham, the Alex Nelly's family. Another donation to White Sox charities. Loving memory of Ursula. Over the years, Alex Nelly has donated over $260,000 to White Sox charities. Good pitch, got in, ate him up inside, flips it into the seats for a souvenir. Got him, but the 3-run homer by Gordon Beckham. We have completed 4. We lead it 4-1.
WGNTV.com. Click on the Game Zone banner for updated stats and information. The Game Zone is powered by St. Xavier University. It's tradition, innovation, and this is where they meet.
Top of the 5th inning, Mike Olt, the DH, will lead it off. Olt 0 for 1, a strikeout. Back in the 2nd inning as he takes ball 1. 4-5-0 for our guys, 1-1 for their guys. Well, if you're going to give it to them, you got to give it to us too, Mike. Tom Woodring.
Yeah, that one was certainly close enough.
This 4-2 ball game. Big difference in 1-1 and 2-0.
5th home run of the year for Olt. And for Johnny Danks, that's a 4th home run he's given up.
As I said, if he's going to call all those low strikes on our guys, he's got to call it on theirs too.
Olt got a fastball right down the middle, and that one was way back.
Well, that's a completely different mindset. If it's a 1-1 count versus 2-0, because 2-0, a 4-1 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0, he's going to get a fastball. He knows it. If it's a 1-1 count, you don't know you're going to get a fastball. Oh, and 2 the count. Valbuena, 1 for 1, a double. And an RBI. Two and 2. That broke a streak of 7 in a row retired by Danks. Tackle foul. Good pitch to hit right there. Couldn't do anything with it.
John left that one out over the plate. A similar pitch rattled against the wall in left center last time up. See where it shows up on Xfinity Pitch Tracks. Fortunately, fouled straight back.
Get over there. They're going to have to talk to Jose about that now. He's going to have to check. He's going to have to start checking the second baseman. So you can visit participating Chicagoland Great Clip salons by May 30th for the Great Clip Summer Sweepstakes details. Grand prize winner throws out the first pitch on Mullet Night, Friday 13th, plus White Sox tickets and a pregame patio party. So WhiteSox.com or 866-SOX game. And the reason being, they're going to have to talk to him about it because he's a good first base. We've seen that. And we heard he was not that good at first base. We heard wrong. This guy can play some first base. But the only thing that does is when you venture that far to your right, when the second baseman's standing right in front of it, it just makes it tougher on your pitcher. Much more difficult play.
I like the fact that Ramirez came in after the fact and gave John a breather after hustling over to first base.
And I like the fact that Abreu wants to be aggressive over there. But you got to check where your second baseman is. Now watch, this ball's not hit that lick. Gordon's going to be right there in front of him. There's a solid single in the left field by Barney. That'll bring up Ryan Kalish. And you know, in a situation like that, Steve, the only thing that McEwing or Robin or somebody, the only thing they have to say to him, Jose, I just want you to start checking your second baseman. That's all. That's all you got to say.
We've seen Miguel Cabrera do pretty much the same thing, where he goes and ranges wide of the bag, but then you got to make a difficult throw, and the coordination between first baseman and pitcher is not quite as easy as the coordination between the second baseman and the first baseman would be.
But when he did, it cost his pitcher a perfect game.
Yep.
Second baseman standing right in front of him. Late call, got the strike. 0-2. God rest his soul, George Scott. Boom. Was a terrific first baseman. But sometimes he would get over there, so he would range so far to his right because he could do it. He had that kind of range, that kind of quickness. Second baseman standing right in front of him. Now the pitcher has got to go all the way over, and occasionally he knew it was hit to the second baseman, so he didn't get over there fast enough. Sometimes they dropped it.
That was not a good choice, because the ball was so slowly hit. And of course, Jose doesn't know the speed of Barney, but by the time he turned around, he probably had a step to spare. You just got to go to first base with this one.
So here's Bonifacio. Curveball. Outfield, they're short and center and in right. And now that's going to jump up and bite us. They're going to hold Kalish, and it's a 4-3 ball game.
Seventh run batted in by Bonifacio. This one off the glove of Semien. Viciedo has some problems with it, trying to dig it out, but only cost one run, but it will bring Don Cooper out from the dugout.
Junior Lake will be the hitter. Ducks on the pond, one down here in the top of the fifth. And if we can get out of this mess right here in a tie ball game, we'll take it.
Especially with Lake and Rizzo coming up.
Yep. Changeup. That's what Steve was talking about earlier.
Get on top, get the sink on it, and throw it where he threw it. Not a lot of guys going to do much with it, especially
young guys.
If you're trying to hit the ball out of the world.
Yeah. That's the young guys, young, strong guys. And he can get that fastball in on the fist. That's a strike on Diaz a couple times. Outfield straight up. And the count 2-2.
Big John trying to get that changeup low and away, and he's throwing 2 down and in.
Now here's where with a young hitter up there, Tom Seaver, great pitcher. He had lost his 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Here's where he would go 3-2 on purpose to throw the change. There it was. He gone. 2 down.
Three pitches in the same spot, 3 straight changes, and he got him on the 3rd. So a big out. And the shift put on Anthony Rizzo. His 2 base hits at Wrigley Field were both to the left side of the infield, away from the shift.
He has gone up very deep to right center, and he has gone out to Alexei into the shift. Curveball, no. Castro on deck. And Rizzo, even with first base open in this situation, still got the catbird seat.
368 over the 6-game hitting streak.
That's foul. Just foul. Thank you very much.
Jose is on the line. Fortunately, that ball was hooking, but it turned out well foul.
You got the catbird seat, even with first base open in this situation. Rizzo, if you go that way with it, that's fine. You don't want to take that pitch and foul it over the third base dugout.
He was on it just a little too quick.
Three and one.
Starlin Castro in the on deck circle.
And that'll load him up. No, he called it a strike. Oh, we'll take it.
I think Rizzo was more surprised than you on that play because he was walking to first. That ball was way outside.
Throwing a fastball right underneath his hands. He gone. Big strikeout. They score a pair. We're halfway home, leading 4-3.
fundamentals of baseball from Chicago White Sox Training Academy coaches in the Xfinity Fundamentals deck. The area is open throughout the game and features youth-size wiffle ball diving, a batting and pitching cages, and a whole lot more. That's a pretty good view. By the way, the weather is supposed to be absolutely terrific tomorrow night for the finale of the season series against the Cubs. That game starting at 7:10. And some good seats still available for it.
And Scott Carroll against Jake Arrieta. So here's Abreu. He is 2 for 2, 2 doubles and a run scored. Outfield bunched and straight up. Valbuena well back and off the line at third. Souvenir right side. Good pitch. Nothing in 2. Viciato on deck. And there's a base hit. Just muscles that one. Not a bad pitch at all.
It was a cutter.
By Wood. He just muscled it out there.
A terrific 0-2 pitch. You can't ask for much better than that. But Jose able to bring his hands in. You see where Castillo wants it. And you talk about hitting with short arms. You don't get much shorter than where his arms were there.
All right. What did that swing? Hold that swing right there, John Walker, please. Now we're going to show. We're going to go back in the Wayback Machine here. Now watch the arm action. Watch the swing. And for all our older fans, who does that look like as a kid? There's off the glove of Barney. So Abreu will move into third. Runners at the corners, nobody out.
That ball hit off the end of the bat with some spin. It should be a base hit. And it is indeed. And heads up base running by Jose Abreu. When he saw that ball get away from Barney as far as it did, he doesn't need a coach. He just takes off and heads to third with no play.
So that'll bring up Alexei. Getting back to that swing by Abreu. That is a big hurt Frank Thomas Young swing right there. He could hit. Watch how the arms, how they get real short. And the strength, just like the big hurt, he just muscled that ball into left field. Frank looks like a lot of time like he was playing cricket. That ball's ripped foul.
Unfortunately, Jose was able to get out of the way of it because he just looks into Alexei. Yep. He's going, wow. Well, I had a real good month plus, and then it all ended with a line drive. And watch him again. Fortunately, able to get out of the way, but not by much.
Infield double play depth. Barney maybe just a step and a half back of that. But he's cheating more over towards center. 1-1 and a big pitch coming up. Konerko on deck. Now Wood in command of the count.
Pretty impressive hitting safely in 30 of the 35 games to this point, including that base hit tonight that drove in his 21st run in the first inning.
Well, there's just nothing more than Alexei can do than he's done. Castillo kept it in front of him. Two balls, two strikes. Nobody out. Runners at the corner.
Well, Canerco in the on deck circle. He hit a rocket almost out of the ballpark to straightaway center last time up. Cubs bullpen up and going.
Alexei with a good rip at it. Outfield straight up, spread out just a bit, about equidistant. Valbuena now back and on the line. Good eye. Full count.
Ryan Schlitter throwing in the pen.
And load him up. And here comes Paulie.
That is the 5th walk. Travis Wood.
Well, he walked 2 last inning before the 3-run homer. And then it helped him out a little bit was he picked one of the walks off.
Well, now everybody is meeting at the mound, which gives Schlitter a chance to get looser. Brings Chris Bosio out from the dugout, which is going to give Schlitter at least another 10 pitches, maybe more.
Boy, there you're looking at one son of a gun right there. You talking about a competitor? There was a competitor.
He's got himself a struggling pitcher out there tonight on the hill. And Paul's got a chance to blow it wide open here.
Paulie has walked, and then, as Steve mentioned, took Bonifacio back up against the fence and dead away center field. There's a shot. Fair ball! Fair ball! Here comes Abreu. Here comes Tank. Here comes Alexei. A 3-run double for Canerco. And the Sox lead it 7-3. Yes!
That's probably going to be it for Wood, you would expect. RBIs 3, 4, and 5 for Paulie. He got one up in the zone and took it right down the line. See, Castillo wants it in, but he doesn't want it up that high. Not in his eyes. And he unloads the bases. And that is going to be it for Travis Wood. Ryan Schlitter will come into the game as this one rattles around. And Alexei scores all the way from first. So we'll step out and be back after these messages. pounding tonight, but walked 5. And as he was going back, Rick Renteria had a few choice words for Tom Woodring. He gets thrown out of the game, and I'm sure he's just inquiring about where the pitches were to Anthony Rizzo last inning. And there's a look at Brian Schlitter, who's 1-0, ERA .360 on for the 12th time. Inherits Paul Konerko out at second base in this 7-3 Sox lead. Take a look at the 2 pitches with a 3-1 count. Rizzo was taking a walk but was called back. And then the bigger pitch. Rizzo called out on strikes, and the Sox kept the lead. Rizzo has a couple of words with Tom Woodring. Drops his helmet, bat, and glove in the batter's box, and then Renteria punctuates it by getting run.
All right, here's Moises Sierra. He's got a job to do. And that job is to get Paulie over to third. Nobody out. You're in the bottom of the 5th with 3 runs across. He'll get the job done. Attaboy Moises. A good at bat.
Didn't wait long, and what Schlitter tried to do was throw the ball in on his hands, and yet he was still able to hit that soft ground ball to second.
Well, I was talking with Ty Severson about him before the game today. I said, is it all there? He said, Hawk, he might even have 6 tools. The talent is there, he said. The talent is there. So now the infield comes in. As shot base hit, Paulie will score. On the single by Simeon Anderson, 8-3 ball game.
It's 17 runs batted in for Marcus Simeon. There was a choice, and with a run production by Marcus, they chose Jordan Danks being sent down to AAA. Marcus stayed here, and for a rookie, 17 runs batted in. If your name is not Abreu, is pretty good. With a flair for the dramatic, and he's won, by my count, at least 3 games late. So getting the big hits is one of the keys why he was able to stay.
Boy, for a rookie, he's been the poster child for 7th, 8th, and 9th inning.
Connor Gillespie was activated, but against the left-handed starter, he'll most likely, well, maybe get a pinch hitting job tonight.
Well, it's good. Connor, all of you have been with us since spring training. Connor's been barreling it up just as good as anybody on this ball team on a consistent basis. And when he didn't, he got jammed, and that's what caused the ball lose. But it's good to see him back.
Well, he fought it as long as he could, and then finally decided that he had to shut it down to get it better.
Nieto 0 for 1, but he had a big at bat, a walk back in the 4th inning, just ahead of Beckham's 3-run homer. Eight runs, 9 hits, no errors for our guys. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for their guys. I'm gonna bet you a dozen golf balls. You're a good player. You're a good golfer. I'm gonna bet you a dozen golf balls. It's gonna be at least another month before he gets picked off again.
I'd like to think that.
All right, 5 weeks. As he gets him. So that is out number 2. comes Beckham. And here's what he did last inning. 2 out, 2 on. Takes a corner strike. Outfield straight up and spread out.
Wood went 4+ innings, gave up 8 runs on 8 hits with 5 big walks and 3 strikeouts.
Well, he made some mistakes tonight, and our guys didn't miss them.
Now, this offense, if you're not making good pitches, this offense will get to you, as it's done most of the year. Starting pitching for the Cubs at Wrigley Field was exceptional with Samardzija and Jackson.
Well, Samardzija, I didn't see Jackson, but Samardzija, he didn't make hardly any mistakes.
And Edwin had a pretty good night.
I only saw a little bit of that. Every time I saw it, though, he was in the corner with a slider.
Yeah, he did a lot of that.
0-2 the count.
There's a man that everybody keeps talking about as far as the trade possibility. Going to hold on to him for a while, however, and then find a team that is either trying to cement the division or get there. And the way pitchers have gone down, there should be some very hungry ball clubs as we get closer to the trading deadline.
Well, I don't know about the National League, but there's not one pitching staff in the American League that he couldn't be a starter.
Now, he'd be the top of the rotation guy, not necessarily the guy, but certainly right up there
on any staff in the American League. There's a little flare, but it's going to hang up for Kalish, who makes a nice sliding catch. That'll retire the side, but not before a big crooked number goes up on that board. A 4 spot, and we lead it 8-3.
Used to be 15 scoops of ice cream. Now there's just 12 in the banana split sundae helmet. It's perfect family-sized dessert. Fans can get this whipped cream and cherry top treat on the club level. Other new menu items on the level are the bacon mac and cheeseburger and a chicken and waffle sandwich.
Top of the 6th inning in an 8-3 Sox lead. Castro, Castillo, and then Alt. Change up misses.
That's got a big lead and 91 pitches.
Off the end of the bat, Diaz. So 1 out. And a reminder, you can join the White Sox Kids Club presented by the University of Chicago Medicine Comer Children's Hospital, because they're teaming up to promote a healthy lifestyle and combat childhood obesity. Now, members will receive free White Sox tickets and cool exclusive kids club items. So visit whitesox.com/kids club to join. To the count. Castillo is going out to center and struck out. Johnny got him on a good changeup. And a count 2-1.
Carlos Villanueva throwing into pen.
Two the count.
We saw him last night. He got himself out of the 9th inning after Pedro Strop had some problems and subsequently went on the disabled list. He started 4 games for the Cubs this year.
He gone. He got outguessed.
And Castillo is arguing with Woodring. Adrian wants it inside. Does a nice job of framing it. And Castillo mighty unhappy with that one.
Oh, out and around it. That's a fair ball. And a nice quick 1-2-3 inning after getting a big lead. He leads it by 5. Sox hitters got some walks from Travis Wood. Got some good pitches to hit and didn't miss them.
And with the warmer weather comes increased offense. This offense has been pretty good all year. Tonight it's been very good. They got a lot of help from Travis Wood. And Gordon Beckham continues his hot hitting. So with Abreu, with his 3 hits, it's good to be a pitcher for this ball club right now.
Couple of doubles and a muscle single.
Villanueva comes into the ball game.
And as he does, I had so many calls yesterday I could not take because obviously I was not feeling it well. So they were texting everything about my comments on the scheduling. From all over the country, as a matter of fact, and also some today. And what I said, first of all, what I said I meant about the scheduling. We're going to have 4 games in a row with these guys on a Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. And here it's the 1st of May. These games should be played. First of all, let me explain my position on it. Baseball is built on great players and rivalries. That's the foundation of this game. It always has been and always will be. And when you get great rivalries in this game, they have to be nurtured. They have to be prized because they're the jewels of the foundation. When you get the Sox and the Cubs, you get the Giants and the Dodgers, you get the Yankees and the Red Sox. These rivalries have to be taken care of. And to treat them as a matter of just another game is wrong. And I know scheduling has always been tough, but since the Stevensons left, they used to take care of these rivalries. They had them at good times. We should have 3 games with the Cubs in June, 3 games with them in July. Middle of summer, where the fans can get heated up and they can absolutely be ready for this thing. And that was my position on it and always will be. If they can't do it, then they have to get somebody who can, because if they get him, just do get him. Nice play, nice recovery there by.
He was safe at first.
No, they give him, oh, good. Give him a base hit. But they just can't treat rivalries like that as like everyday games. They have to be taken care of because they are baseball's gems. They're precious. And here's Abreu. 2 doubles, a single, couple of runs scored. We're going to get rid of the Cubs, the Red Sox, and the Yankees before June. That's not fair to our fans. It's not fair to the game of baseball. Oh, 0-1 the count. Jose hitting at 270. Well, those 12 homers, 11 doubles, 1 triple, and 35 RBIs.
Villanueva has really struggled this year with a 1-5 record, a 9.15 ERA. This is his 9th appearance, and he had 4 previous starts.
Made a good pitch, got him on the fist. And Castillo out number 1. So here's Tank. A walk, a grounder, a hard grounder to first, and a base hit. Outfielder deep. For the most part, straight out. Takes ball 1. 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors for our guys. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for their guys. And this is the 3rd of this 4-game set. Tomorrow will be the last time we will see the Cubs all year. away. 2-0. Just tuning in, Sox 1 in the first. They tied at 1 in the second. We added 3 in the fourth. 3-run homer by Gordon Beckham. Those bleachers out there in the deep left center field. You can't get that one. And then added 4 more last inning. Two-one pitch. Chopper left side. Two down. And the Sox have teamed up with Susan G. Komen to support breast cancer awareness and education. So join us on May 10th and wear pink for the White Sox Pink Out game to show your support. Also, the first 10,000 ladies 14 and older will receive a White Sox pink scarf. So get your tickets by visiting whitesox.com/pinkout.
There's a head start on the Pink Out game.
Way out in front. And just taking a couple things. Charlotte won last night 2-1. Josh Phegley was 2 for 3 with a homer. Connor Gillespie played in that game with 1 for 4. And was 2 for 12 with a homer over his 3 rehab starts with the Knights. Chris Curley 2 for 4. Chris Curley down at Birmingham. He's having a good year as well. Birmingham, Micah Johnson hitting at 344, leading that league. Curley hitting at 300. He was 2 for 4 last night. Rangel Ravello hitting at 333. So they got some guys down in Birmingham swinging the bat. Count evens at 1 to Alexei. And checking some finals for you. Boston beat Cincinnati 4-3. Fenway. Boston now 17 and 17. Same record our Sox were coming in to tonight's game. Baltimore beat Tampa Bay 4-3 down in St. Pete. Just got a piece of it. Toronto and Mark Burley 6-1 with a 1.91. Burley beat Cliffley and the Phillies. Toronto won that game 10-0. Now, what does your iPad say?
Says they won 10-0.
At least we're on the same page.
This is Mark Burley 6-1. And having a pretty good year, all things considered.
Well, he went 7 innings, giving up 3 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts.
And he did it quickly.
It doesn't take him long.
Nope.
There's get through. Nope. Gets a nice little pop. And they just do get him, and that'll retire the side. So we'll go to the 7th with an 8-3 lead.
Be close to the action can do so with all-inclusive service in the luxury Magellan Scout seats. You can't miss a pitch from these seats, which are in the first 11 rows right behind home plate.
Valbuena, Barney, and Kalish to face Petrichka.
Jake comes in, and like the rest of the bullpen, he's been very tough recently. Johnny Danks' night is done. He went 6. Gave up 3 runs on only 4 hits. He had good control. Jake's ERA 193 on for the 13th time. Opponents hitting just 217. And he keeps getting better like the rest of the pen.
Valbuena with a double and an RBI in the second. He's 1 for 2. Boy, that offense of the Rockies, they're leading Texas 9-2, top of the 7th down in Arlington. 9 runs and 16 hits. Those guys, I call them the ambushers. They can get you in a hurry.
Well, they're not getting the pitches in Texas. And that offense, and Carlos Gonzalez is right in the middle. He's healthy along with Tulowitzki. Arenado, who extended his hitting streak. Some guys can swing the bat.
Yeah, he's 3 for 4 tonight, Arenado. A couple of RBIs. Blackman hitting at 362. Tulowitzki at 418. Stubbs is, everything's contagious. Even he's hitting 323. There's a strike. Then the count full. LeMahieu hitting at 294. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Yeah, they got some guys under the radar who can swing that lumber. Alexei, yes! Yes! What a nice play by Ramirez.
Well, that alone should make him the pick to click. I don't know whose guy he is, but what a play that was. Preserving,
so full of it.
Preserving the 5-run advantage. Took it right off the ground and showed it to Paul Emmel. Here, I got it.
You're like a lot of guys we got in D.C.
Well,
so full of it.
Gotta plead your cause every now and then.
Barney. He is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Pittsburgh starting to win a few games. They beat Giants 4-3. Cole over Lincecum.
Pirates have been scuffling. They're just 14-20.
Yeah, but they're coming back from really a lot worse than that. Softly hit. Two down. And you can join White Sox Charities for the annual garage sale on June 21st right here at U.S. Cellular Field. You can take home a piece of White Sox history, including game used equipment, jerseys, hats, and much, much more. So entrance to the garage sale is free. And for more information, visit WhiteSoxCharities.org. Kalish has bounced out 1-3 and 3-6. Oh, and 2.
Well, we're playing pretty good baseball and things going very well. Looking to win our 4th in a row. The Tigers have won their 8th in a row. Puts them at 20-9.
He gone. Nice inning for Petrichka. 7th inning stretch. 8-3 White Sox.
Scores and schedule in Major League Baseball. Club is an all-inclusive premium seating area directly behind home plate on the ball club's 200 level. Fans can't go wrong with tickets to this area's first-class buffet catered by the Levy restaurants. Open bar, we've got that. In-seat wait service and access to a private climate-controlled lounge, with climate control being the key, as well as a buffet. I love a buffet.
Climate control being the key.
Yes, sir.
Well, have been 8 runs scored for us, 3 for them. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and there have been 2 big hits. And this guy at the plate's had 1 of them.
Here's our Xfinity Speed replay, and it came by Paulie. He got a high fastball up in the zone and uncleared the bases. Driven in 5 this year, and that's the biggest hit of the ball game to date, along with Gordon Beckham's 3-run homer. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports.
$21 to count. Yeah, Rick Porcello 5-1 for the Tigres. Boy, he's just getting better and better. What is he, 24 years old? Seems like he's a 10-year veteran.
We came up very early after being a first-round draft pick.
And Cabrera got him started off pretty good in the first inning with a 2-run homer.
The scary part about the Tigers is that Cabrera is starting to hit the ball.
Well, he's got to, which he will. But he's best hitter in the game, but he's got to. That's a different lineup. Now their pitching, their started pitching has just been nothing short of sensational. And that's out of play right side.
They're probably going to get Anibal Sanchez coming back off the disabled list pretty soon. There's a nice competition for them between Verlander and Scherzer. Each wants to outdo the other. And when you get that, the best thing can happen to both pitchers. I mean, Verlander actually battled to win the opening day assignment over a guy that went 21-3 and won the Cy Young Award last year in Max Scherzer.
Well, that's one of the beauties of baseball. That ball muscled out there. Get down. It will. Thank you very much. And he gets by Cayley. So Paulie's going to pull into second with his second double of the ball game, and his third of the season. And the biggest two teams I can ever think of that were like that, top few staffs, were going back, Baltimore and Atlanta. They had such good pitching. These guys wanted to go out there and just top the guy who was pitching before each and every night. That's great inter-club competition.
Baltimore had the 420 game winners. It was 1971.
So here's Sierra, breaking ball high. He's 1 for 3, but his last at bat was a good one. Paulie was at second, nobody out. Hit the ground ball to get him over the third, and then Simeon got him in. Now is that straight back? Good pass at that one, just underneath it. Rick Hahn has, boy, is he doing a good job. Getting some of this young talent. I mean, good young talent. Guys that can do a lot of things. Gets him. So 1 out. But it's one thing about going out and getting young talent. Getting young talent got a chance to be really good is another thing.
And unfortunately, there has been a few too many injuries, but when someone has gone down, Rick looks at the waiver wire. In this case, Sierra, when Eaton went down, filled a spot.
Well, let me ask you a question. When you bring up, because of injuries, when you bring up Lorenzo, and then you bring up a Carroll, then you acquire a Noesi, and to have them go out and do what they've done, how many times have you seen 3 guys go out and pitch like they pitched?
Well, that's the
in a
reason.
call-up situation.
I was gonna say that's the reason why this team is playing .500 and is starting to put things together. Those 3 guys have done a terrific job in the roles that you never viewed them in when the season started.
No. 0-2 the count for Marcus. Good swing. Marcus 1 for 2 with an RBI. Now 3 homers and 17. But as Steve talked about earlier, it's not what so much he's hitting, but when he's hitting it.
And there's a look at Scott Carroll, who's been out twice and pitched exceptionally well twice.
Well, we started liking this club in spring training. Now the fans are starting to like this club. And the most important thing is this club likes themselves.
If you can score runs and get the feeling you're never out of the game, regardless of what the situation is, and what we saw last night was add-on runs. You got a 2-1 game. You're in the 9th inning. Instead of sitting back, the team stayed aggressive. They added another 3, making it a whole lot easier to shut the game down. And tonight, you got out to a pretty good start, but the Cubs came back, and just as soon as they came back, 4 big ones in the bottom of the 5th.
That ball hit down the right field line, going foul.
With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, Marcus is hitting .412. 11 driven in and 17 at bats. That's unbelievable. And just with 2 outs, hitting .308. 11 driven in and 39 at bats. So the dramatic nature of when he does get his hits is one of the reasons why he's still here when they had a choice of who to send down, knowing that they had to send someone down. It wasn't going to be an easy choice because Connor Gillespie was healthy. When he's healthy, he's another left-handed bat in a lineup that could use left-handed bats. So it turned out to be Jordan Danks, not Marcus Semien.
Well, Marcus has been the poster child for dramatic hits. There's a knack to that, and the knack being able to get the right mindset and to ratchet it up, and on a competitive basis in those situations where a lot of guys cannot do that.
You don't see it in young players a whole lot.
No, you do not. That takes time to acquire. Yeah, when you see a young player who can take it to another level in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings in a tight ball game, that's unusual. It's like the last 2 minutes of a basketball game. Some guys don't want to touch that ball.
I would say, who wants the ball?
That's right. Some guys don't want to touch it. Other guys, give it to me, Michael. Give it to him. Give it to me.
And you don't find all that many that want the ball when you have to take the last shot.
Full count. Nieto on deck. And there is a good take. So men on first and second, 1 out. And here's Adrian. And fans follow every White Sox game with MLB.com @bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. You get live look-ins, you can get instant replay, you can get the scores, stats, audio, you can get free MLB TV game of the day, and much more. So download on the App Store or visit WhiteSox.com. Took that pitch nicely. High pop up. Infield fly rule is called, so he's out. 2 down. And that'll bring up Beckham. Well, we mentioned 2 big hits. Here was the first big one.
His second home run in as many nights.
He was guessing strike, didn't get it, and the count 0-1. 2 on, 2 out. Just tuning in, we scored 1 in the first, 3 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth. They scored 1 in the second and 2 in the fifth. Jacks it up, a little 2-1. Scott Carroll against Jake Arrieta tomorrow night. Make your plans to be with us. If you can't, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, final 3 games of this homestand, the D-backs come to town. They can't hook up. In that series, we're going to run Rienzo, Quintana, and Noesi out there. We're going to run Brandon McCarthy, the Sox right-hander, Wade Miley, a left-handed pitcher, and to be announced.
And the hitter you have to worry about is Paul Goldschmidt. He is one of the best around. And when Arizona does win ball games, and they're 13-24, Goldschmidt is right in the middle of just about each and every one of them.
Underneath, 0-2. Rizzo, and that'll retire the side. So went to the 8th, leading 8-3.
Town skyline from the ballpark. And here's a Honda game summary. It's an 8-3 game. Sox about hit the Cubs 11-4. Beckham's 3-run homer in the 4th. Paulie's 3-run double in the 5th. And Johnny Danks went 6. A quality start, 3 runs. Only walked 1, fanned 8. And is in line for the win. Start something special with great leases and low financing on a new Honda. Visit shophonda.com or your local Honda dealer.
First pitch strike to Emilio Bonifacio, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. And we'll sound a big White Sox hello and a happy birthday to my buddy David Solo, big Sox fan. Shelley and Shelley. That's his wife's name as well. And Allison's brother. 2-2 the count. Outfield short and swung around to the left.
Fortunately, that one hit the screen in front of the dugout. That one came over there like a rocket.
Boy, how many years did they go without those screens?
You had a few people hit during those years too, but also you had to pay a little bit more attention than you have to pay now.
No question. We got a man there.
Tonight's game's available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by 97.5 FM ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only Spanish language sports radio station.
Kansas City shut out San Diego 8-0. Kansas City now 16-17. James Shields 4-3 the winner. Cashner 2-5 the loser. Hosmer getting heated up over there. He was 3 for 4 RBIs. Mike Moustakas, still his average is way down, but he's starting to drive in some runs.
That's really what they need him for.
He can pick it at third, and if he can drive in some runs, he can have a good year. That club's going to be very, very tough. Junior Lake with an 0-2 count. Junior 0 for 3 tonight. He gone. 2 down.
Third strikeout of the night for Lake. That was a great 0-2 slider.
Especially against a young hitter.
You love the aggressiveness if you're on the mound.
Well, that's where guys like yourself and other smart pitchers, they let the aggressiveness work against them and work for you.
Don Cooper went out, had a few words with Johnny Danks. John settled down, got himself out of a couple of jams, but went 6 tonight.
The 0-1 pitch to Rizzo. Choking up on that bat. Love to see young hitters who choke up on the bat, especially with 2 strikes.
Well, the best hitter of the past era, Barry Bonds, choked up from the time he was at Arizona State and never changed throughout his career.
Yep, it's just amazing. Well, again, we have so many golfers who are Sox fans and Cub fans, you know, who are watching in tonight. It's just like playing golf. What do you do when you've got to hit a short shot perfectly? Choke up on the club. And even when you got, say, 120 in, you got a little wedge or a little 9 irons, you're going to choke up on. That's what you do. You choke up on it. Gives you more control. That ball hit high into left field. Tank. Nice inning again for the Jake Meister. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still leading by 5.
Private Bank Fan Deck hosts parties of 50 to 200 for the entire game. The magnificent view from center field is accompanied with catered food and beverage service. Wesley Wright comes into the game. He's going to take over and pitch the 8th. Wright has a 1.80 ERA on for the 12th time. 10 strikeouts, only 2 walks in 10 innings. So he's had a pretty good run at it out of the pen.
Here's Diaz. Diaz, Abreu, and Viciedo. Hughes, that one foul. Watch out. Top of the 3rd inning out in Anaheim. Yankees leading Angels 6-1. Jeter took Hector out. Santiago.
Hector had a tough time in the 1st inning. Wasn't aided by a couple of errors, but he's gotten hit.
Well, he's got to get that changeup open. He's got to keep it down. That's a good take right there. That screwball.
Tough pitch to command. There's just, we talked about, not a whole lot of people throw it. It's a terrific pitch. It's just hard to command.
Did you see the movie Knuckleball?
Did not.
You got to see it. My son's been telling me, Dad, you got to see this movie. You got to see the movie. It's more of a documentary towards knuckleball pitchers.
There were some great ones, but another pitch that, if you perfect it, you can spend as long as you want in the major leagues, because it's difficult to catch, and thrown right, nobody can really hit it.
Well, it was really well done. Whoever produced it and directed it, they really put it together well. You get a chance out there. The movie is Knuckleball. Yes. That's out number 1.
Well, you got R.A. Dickey, and after that, that's about it right now.
Well, he's the last one standing, so to speak.
Yep.
Yeah, they talked about Hoyt, Wilbur, then they went to Nuxie, Phil. I faced Phil before he had an open, when he was, curveball, sinker, slider. He was neat.
That's why he came up with the knuckleball,
and that's why he's in Cooperstown.
Yeah.
And then Joe, then Candiotti, then Wakefield.
Didn't Charlie Huff have one?
Charlie was involved, and Charlie, they did what you and I have discussed many times over the years, is take as here is Abreu, who is 3 for 4, 2 doubles and 2 runs scored. But take a lot of your pitchers who are at the bottom echelon of the rank and file pitchers. Get a Charlie Huff. Get one of those guys, a Wakefield. Let them have a little camp. Send your guys down there. Let them teach them the knuckleball.
Well, you can pitch forever and very little strain on the arm, and you can pitch today, and then
it's a staff saver too.
A day later, well, if you have a guy in the bullpen, absolutely, he can pitch every day.
It's a staff saver.
There's Michael Clado, who looks like he's going to come into this one.
Back in '86, Drysdale and I were going to do that. Get some of those guys to come in and teach them the knuckleball. They had some really interesting comments on management towards their perception towards knuckleballers. Is that if they go out there 2 or 3 times to get rid of them, they get rid of them. And it should be just the opposite.
Also, they drive the catchers crazy, because it is an art if you can catch a knuckleball. Not too many guys can.
Well, I faced the greatest of all time,
Hoyt.
In the White Sox uniform. He was absolutely amazing. 3-1. He was amazing. He had a 2-strike knuckleball that you had to see to believe. That's a fair ball, backhanded. On peg in time, 2 out. And Steve, for all you youngsters out there who are aspiring major league pitchers, Steve will tell you that it's going to be a lot easier on your arm to learn a knuckleball than it is a curveball or a slider.
Well, you also don't have to be near as good a pitcher. If you can, it's a stiff wrist pitch which goes against every other pitch you have, and you push it as opposed to throw it. And that's why it's so difficult for anybody to come up with the idea, because you're born and raised in this game, throwing the ball.
The release.
Yeah, just to release it. And throw it like you would throw anything. And this goes completely against that. You don't want any spin on the ball. Instead of just about every other pitch, you want to impart as much spin as you can.
That was one of R.A. Dickey's statements today. I mean, he was really good, as Wakefield was in this thing. Well, Wakefield picked up his 200th win in the major leagues in the Red Sox uniform. Two out, 1-1 to count. 8-11-0 for us, 3-4-1 for them. Oh, he was all over it and just underneath it.
It was a rolling curveball, stayed on the outer third.
Just tuning in, 1 home run for them, Mike Holt. 1 for us, a 3-run shot by Beckham. Got him with the fastball. 1-2-3 inning. And we'll go to the 9th, leading by 5.
Kittle at Jewel on Bell Road and Homer Glen on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Guests will receive a photograph and commemorative autograph card. Lucky fans 21 and over can enter for a chance to win White Sox Miller Lite hoodies or hats and register for a chance to play softball at U.S. Cellular Field. Brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer and official beer of your Chicago White Sox. So we've got a new pitcher in the ball game. Michael Clato comes in to nail it down after 2 terrific innings by Jake Petrichka. Clato on for the 12th time, the ERA 2.45, and he does not have a record to this point.
He's got Castro, Castillo, and Alt. Takes ball 1. Castro has walked and twice gone out to center field. 8-3 Sox. Oh, Michael, no walks, buddy. Ball 4. So that'll bring up Castillo, who's 0 for 3.
Well, Don Cooper is not going to let this thing get out of hand. And if Clato can't get the ball over the plate, he is not long for this game. Bullpen up and going.
There's 1.
Andre Rienzo throwing in the pen.
Broken bat. Alexei. Yes! What a play to throw! Yes! What a double play by Alexei Ramirez! No other shortstop in this game has played better than he has this season. Mercy!
Well, a combination of some terrible base running and just an outstanding effort by Ramirez. Reaching back over his head with the presence of mind to get the ball back to first base. They double up Castro. Trailing by 5, you only can wonder where he's going.
You brought up the key. Presence of mind.
He turned around and realized that there's a good chance Castro was way off the bag, thinking he'd never catch it. He did, and quickly 2 outs.
What a play. Boy, Alexei has played some baseball. My goodness. 0-2 the count. Good pitch, didn't get it. He gone, and this ball game is over. So the Sox win the opener 3-1 behind Quintana. They won last night 5-1 behind Noesi. They win tonight 8-3 behind Danks. 3 in a row with the finale, Steve, tomorrow night.
Well, 3 in a row. A little payback after last year's 0-4 run against the Cubs, and that's 4 in a row total. Sox are over 500 at 18-17. They stay 5 games in back of Detroit. But things going very well defensively. They played a terrific ball game tonight. The offense, as it has been, was red hot, and the bullpen did the job. So we'll step out, and we'll be back with a wrap up after these messages.